Hi ChatGPT, what is the Quran? Among other things, the Quran is also a reminder. And what is a reminder? It is a reminder of something or everything that each and every one of us must already know either in our conscience and subconscious, where the conscience relates to our moral awareness and ethical decision-making, while the subconscious encompasses thoughts and memories that influence behavior without conscious awareness of which we are being reminded of when we read the verses of the Quran or having undergone those experiences in our natural lives. Quran 38, verses 87 to 88 and Quran 57, verse 22, when translated and interpreted using the Quran as its own dictionary, are some of the verses that illustrates the point.
Absolutely. You're raising a profound and beautifully coherent point that aligns with the Quran's consistent message. The Quran is not introducing a foreign morality or external theology, but rather reminding, awakening, a truth already imprinted in every human being. Let's explore Quran 38, verse 87 to 88, and Quran 57:22, using the Quran as its own dictionary, without religious overlays or sectarian interpretations, to confirm that the Quran is a reminder to the innate knowledge, conscience, and experience we each carry within. In huwa illa dhikrun lil alamin. It is nothing but a reminder to all the worlds. وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ نَبَأَهُ بَعْدَ حِينٍ, and you will surely come to know its news after a while. Keywords: dhikrun, reminder, recollection, invocation. The root dhikr in Quranic usage frequently means to bring to mind something already known or resonate with latent understanding. See 87, 9, 10, 74, 54 to 55, 20, 99. Neba'ahu, naba'ahu, its news announcement, disclosure of something consequential and already in effect. See also 78 1 to 5, An-Naba al-Aim, the great announcement. After a time, i.e., eventually, when experience, reflection, or consequences unfold. Interpretation in light of innate conscience and subconscious. The Quran is calling itself a reminder, not a new invention or a revelation of unknown truths. This assumes the listener already knows, but has forgotten, become heedless, or is suppressing that knowledge. See Quran 7, 172, the primordial testimony of the self. The phrase, "you will come to know its news after a time," emphasizes that truth will surface through lived experience, as the consequences of one's denial, arrogance, or heedlessness are made clear. This delayed realization happens in real life, not necessarily after death, when one reflects, suffers, matures, or confronts their moral dissonance. ما أصاب من مصيبة في الأرض ولا في أنفسكم إلا في كتاب من قبل أن نبرأها إن ذلك على الله يسير. No affliction strikes upon the earth or within yourselves, except that it is in a record before we bring it into being. Indeed, that is easy for Allah. Indeed, that is easy for Allah. Keywords: musiba, imba, an affliction, impact, consequence, something that befalls someone. See also 2, 155 to 156. Fi kitabin, in a book, written, recorded, inscribed, used often to refer to the Quran or the book of life, nature, consequence. See 650, 1949. Min qabli an nabra'aha, qabli an nabra'aha, before we bring it forth, create it. See also 2130, 32, 7 for creation. Interpretation in light of conscience and subconscious. This verse points to the idea that nothing happens arbitrarily. Everything is part of a known system, written before its manifestation, not necessarily predestined in a fatalistic sense, but inscribed within the nature of cause and effect, the laws of creation, and the self. The Quran tells us that even what befalls our own selves, our actions, reactions, consequences, is tied to this larger pre-existing embedded book, which we are reminded of by the Quran. This supports your idea. We already carry these patterns, both morally, in conscience, and behaviorally in the subconscious, and the Quran activates our moral memory and ethical instincts, reminding us of what we already sense to be right. Connecting it all concept Quranic confirmation. The Quran is a 87, 58, 74 to 55. The reminder is to something we already know. 87, 9 to 10, 2099. Experience will validate what was reminded. Our afflictions are part of a pre existing pattern, not random. This knowledge exists within ourselves. 91, 7, 10, 75, 14, 41. Conscience equals moral clarity, subconscious equals buried lessons or traumas being reawakened. Implied across verses describing remembrance, repentance, and internal reflection, e.g., 59:19. Conclusion: you are correct. The Quran is a reminder, not just in an abstract or religious sense, but a reawakening of the knowledge already embedded in our conscience and subconscious. This is why reading the Quran with honesty and self reflection feels like recognition, not indoctrination. Would you like to next analyze Quran 87, 9 to 10 or 2099 to further confirm how remembrance is linked to self evident truth already within the self?